hi, Malini Kamala, I'm Khanya, and welcome back to yet another episode of the Running Podcast. On today's episode, I get to hang out with Tom Trotter, a creator, coach, and everyone's internet friend who keeps it real about fitness, confidence, and life. We're talking about running, mindset, glow-ups, and a whole lot of honesty. Hi.
Oh, hey. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being on the Running Podcast.
It's an absolute privilege. It really is. I'm excited.
Honestly, I'm excited. I've been following your journey for a while and been watching your videos online, and I was just like, this guy's incredible.
Aww.
And I think the first time I heard that you were in Cape Town, I was just like, I have to get this guy on the Running Podcast. And extremely excited and so fortunate to finally have you on the couch and to chat to you. I think your story and your journey has been honestly something so inspirational to so many people. I know a lot of people who speak good about you and have said incredible things and how you've helped them and how amazing you are. And I know also your online people as well share the same sentiments. So thank you so much for being on the Running Podcast, and can't wait to hear more about you.
Well, I am blushing. And if there's ever an introduction to make someone feel good, then that was it, my darling. I know there's no video right now, but I'm massively grinning because you've got such a beautiful energy and so complimentary. And yeah, it's been a hell of a pursuit. And I think this podcast, what you're doing as well, so inspiring and so fitting, so inclusive, and something that I hold very close to my heart, which is running, which is probably both while we're sat here, we're slightly obsessed with what it's done for our lives. So
Exactly.
it's good that we can both talk well, because with the topic of running, we're going to do well here.
Great yappers.
Yeah, we can yap away.
I'm so ready for this yap. I think it's going to be honestly incredible. And for me, I always say, like, I can't wait to learn from the next person, because I think every single person that I've had on the podcast, I've learned a great deal. And I've also gotten to know people. I think sometimes when you're around people, you think you know them just through like basic, like, hi, how are you? Simple conversation. But actually, I think this is where the deeper conversations happen.
Let's get deep. And I think everyone's got a story. And I also think everyone's got an amazing story, but also everyone also has, a bit of a grey cloud as well. And it's so okay not to be okay, but also that can be so empowering to speak up. And on the topic of like, it's not always easy to speak up. So then having these moments to be able to have a voice, and if anyone's listening, hopefully that can bridge the gap to ensure that it's okay not to be okay, to show struggle as strength.
Yeah.
And I think it all aligns beautifully with this as well, because running has helped in certain tougher times and allowed beautiful connections.
Yeah.
And a bit of a safe place, right, to find out and learn from the next person.
Yeah.
So I agree with that value massively.
Yeah. I would like to jump in. I've got so many questions. I'm quite excited to have you here. And I know that before running, you were a rugby player, and then you did the transition into running. So I want to take it all the way back to the rugby, how that all started. Is that something that you've always done?
Good question. So yeah, I was born on a small island called the Isle of Wight at the bottom of England. Not much going on at all. My passion has always been sport. I'm from a big family, one of 6. So it's always been quite a competitive place to be.
Yeah.
Mum, I'm the fastest sibling. I'm the favourite child mother. Look at me. Look how far I can throw a rock.
So good.
But yeah, literally. So it's always been like an active, I'm so blessed about Mountbring, because it was on the beach, like running around, riding a bike, falling off the bike, making mistakes, and you learn. And I think that whole active lifestyle has been great. For me, realizing the Isle of Wight was perfect and served a purpose for the time when I was a bit younger. But knowing that I always had big dreams and ambitions, and I was highly competitive, always loved sport. Anyway, I was very simple, very, very average academically, still always will be. But my passion of sport always prevailed, and fell in love with rugby. And there was basically a trial to go into like a rugby academy. We called it on the mainland. The mainland was the UK.
Got you.
Like, we looked over to the mainland. It was it's only an hour boat, but that's where the opportunity was. So I went to this rugby trial, and I actually got into the rugby trial. So it's called Saracens. They've got a league in the UK called the Premiership, and they have like younger academy groups and stuff like that. So I got into like an academy, which meant basically you packed up your stuff, you went to live, breathe, train as a professional, basically, as a young, simple Tom from the Isle of Wight with not too many life skills, going into big wide world of England in a boarding school of like rugby guys. And it was like, You work, you train, you study, so you get a bit of academic,
Yeah.
like a degree as well. So I was thrown deep dive, but amazing because you don't have to have it figured out. It was about meeting new people, all from different aspects of life, and then rugby as well. Like, of course, it's provided me with amazing values. I'd say everyone is there for a reason. Everyone wants to take that jersey and get selected. So it teaches you resilience, hard work. But I think what with the values of rugby as well, it's teamwork, trust, honesty, hard work, resilience. You can't really, I guess, fake, hard work. You've got to put it in. And I think that's the values I learned from sport and exercise, actually, the togetherness and not getting picked.
Yeah.
And being told you're not actually good enough yet. And I think all those values have been really, really amazing. So that was, and then, I signed and I played like professional for a short while. I did England counties, so posed for the Rose, sang the anthem, which is cool, proud moment.
That's really cool.
But yeah, that's the rugby background. And that was when I was around 21, 22. And I thought that sort of was me.
Yeah.
Until, dun, dun, dun. So yeah, no, that was the sort of start of my career and I guess giving me the values I have today.
Yeah. And what happened post that? I know that, I mean, you can touch on that, but like you went through, like you had an injury.
Yep.
And that's why you stopped playing?
No, so injuries have come about through the later version of Tommy. Why I stopped? Why I stopped? I think it was a couple of things. One, I didn't actually. I was playing full time. At the time, I didn't get re-signed with the pro team that I was with. Okay. And I remember myself in my room thinking, I'm a failure. Now what? What do I do? Like, that's all I've ever known. Because you're in this college and you don't realize how your life is purely rugby, career rugby. So at the time, it was awful. Tommy, you're not getting re-signed. Well, now what? But now I look back and go, wow, the best thing that ever happened to my life. It's changed my entire life because then I had to take a new avenue. And actually, during rugby, I think there was triggers. I always work off energy in life, and I've always been a performer. I've loved to entertain. I've loved to
You're a great entertainer.
Be a bit more flamboyant. I've been brought up with lots of siblings. My mum's always taught us just to do what brings us passion. Yeah. Never go and study. Do your best, turn up, be kind, but do what brings you up, and brings you happiness. And for me, that was always like performing, entertaining, creating, being a bit of a actor, I guess. And I knew I stood out. I was such a young, underdeveloped Tom in a pro rugby environment. And I don't know, I didn't really fit in, probably why I didn't get reselected, but I was the one always filming content, meaning like I'd love to make little videos of me kicking the rugby ball and running and training and like...
So you've always had a knack for content creation is what I
think I have, I think, but not realising it. Do you know what I mean? Like social media, it wasn't like I'm going to become go on social media.
But also, like when you're 21, 22, like social media wasn't really as big as what it is now.
Well, that was 8 years ago now, right? Bloody hell, I'm old. So 100, like it wasn't even a thing. So I wasn't doing it for a purpose. I was just, I guess, the calling in my heart and my energy and my values, I was just doing that.
Yeah.
And then that's when obviously the avenue of, well, what next?
Yeah.
And then I traveled the world, which was pretty cool. I got a job in just a little local gym after my rugby career. And then I got a job in a little local gym thinking, right, I need to make a bit of money because I need to go and see the world. And then I booked a one-way flight to Australia and traveled the bloody world, which changed my life as well.
Wow. If we had to go back to like the rugby and like how you weren't selected mentally, what did that do for you to be able to come out of that and be like, actually, this changed my life in the best way?
Sure. At the time, it's maybe you come up with excuses, you blame the coach, it's not me, it's them, it's, they prefer that player. Yeah. It's, I had a bit of a shit game. There's all sorts of reasons, and sometimes when you didn't play well, it's, I'm not getting picked next week. You don't get picked next week. But that's all, at the time you become a bit of a catastrophist and it's a bit shit and you turn up to training and when you're not in the starting lineup going through the audition as such, the rehearsal, we call it run-throughs as such, but you feel left out. You do. But how good? Because in life, it's not about having an idea, starting it, wanting to start a business and it working, and it's actually, I've never, in my mindset, I've always wanted to carve my own path. I've always wanted to be entrepreneurial. I've always wanted to start ventures and I've never wanted just to, and it's absolutely fine because my mother works in a hospital. She's works in the services, and all my friends have, I guess, that typical 9 to 5, which is great, and they're happy.
Yeah.
But for me, like, that wasn't my happiness. I wanted to carve my own path. I wanted to be self-employed, and I had such big dreams. And yes, there's that uncertainty, which is scary,
Yeah.
and what stops people. You know, people like that. People want security as such. You know,
Yeah.
knowing they're going to get paid. For me, I sort of always thrived off not having it figured out, but the benefit, and I've always been optimistic, is but when it does work, the sky's my limit,
100%.
and that will change my life.
Yeah.
So travel the world, and that gave me so many values. I met people. I realized that all through Indonesia, Asia, Thailand, Cambodia, like figuring it out, not having a bloody clue, and seeing all ounces of life, and realizing that it wasn't about just chasing money. It wasn't just about, you know, one set value, because everyone's got a story and stuff like that. And I came back just so excited just to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I have like a similar story in terms of like, I also come from like a team background of like playing hockey for most of like my whole schooling career, and part of like varsity as well. And when I walked away from that, there was also something of like, this has been my whole life. And when you step out of it, it's just like, who am I without that thing? And you kind of go through a lot. Mentally, it took a lot out of me, and having to like figure out life and like, what do I do next? What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
Because you've built this whole perception of like, my whole life is based on this one thing. And now you don't know what life is all about because this one thing is not there anymore.
You figure out an identity, right?
100%. It's like a bit of an identity crisis that you go through.
Well, it is. It is. And it's, I think the most reassuring thing I can say, if anyone's listening, and to you and to myself, you need to remind yourself, is anyone in their career, if they're entrepreneurial and they're worth so much money, or they've got that really stable job and they've got that perfect, as you think, life. No, everyone's got a bit of a grey cloud. Everyone's trying to figure out. Everyone's wanting to get that next pay rise, or that next thing, or solve that problem at work, or not maybe the happiest in their workplace, or thinking, am I just existing? Like, I feel like everyone has got that. And that's massively what I've realized in life. It's going through each chapter.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're a decision away from a different life, right? So it's like, your story isn't done. Your story isn't told. That is not you. You know, you're never too late to do yourself proud. That's what I say.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Have you ever like gone through like, I don't know if I know for me personally, I have, when I left hockey and was in a weird limbo of like trying to figure it out. So it's like you've been active your whole life and you've built a certain physique, and then suddenly you stop. And then I know I packed on a lot of weight and I just was uncomfortable. I didn't know how to feel. I felt really awkward and I lost a lot of confidence being able to step out in public.
Sure.
I don't know if you've ever struggled with body dysmorphia.
Well, absolutely. We're like the same person. So what it was, finished rugby, travel the world, mentioned I love to be a performer. Social media wasn't really a thing, but I still did videos anyway. Got back from travels. I love my mother. Don't worry, this story is
Shout out to Sally.
Yeah, big love, Sal. This story is going somewhere. And one morning, I was finishing up in the gym because I was always up at 5 a.m, obsessed with training. And my mum was walking down the driveway to her hospital shift. And I just thought, fuck it, I'm going to film a video. And I chased mum down the driveway going, Mother! I don't even know what I was saying at the time. And I posted the video on social media to wake up the next day to multi-millions of hits. And that's what changed my life pretty much forever. It was that very moment. And that's when I sort of found this career of building a crazy platform, which I'm still figuring it out. I really am. People might look at my platforms with a lot of followers and go, he's got it all. Nope, I'm figuring it out still. But to your question, like, then suddenly before I know it, like, social media is crazy. Like, I'm so blessed and it's changed my life for all the best reasons. But you also do build an identity. And for me, finish rugby, I got back from traveling and I was actually stick thin because I was out of routine and I'd lost lots of weight. I was like, what am I doing with my life? And then suddenly I went viral on social media, and apparently also I'm expert at creating content. I'm not. I just posted a bloody video and the algorithm did something. Signed with an agent in London, brands were coming in, and at that time I was quite lean. And like weird Tom that's always been obsessed with training, pushing myself, whether that be a pro rugby player or whatever. I wasn't a rugby player anymore. So I wasn't training for performance to be strong, big and powerful. I was like 90 kilos, strong rugby player, believe it or not. And then,
That's impressive.
yeah, I was big. And then from that, like my identity of what I thought at the time, I went really downhill. Like I came back, like I say, pretty lean and skinny as such from traveling. But then I had this weird association that I've gone viral on social media because I look lean, and that's
Yeah.
my identity. And I got in a really bad place where content was going well. I was posting more, I was getting more brands, I was going more viral, and I'd hit like nearly 1 million followers across platforms, and which is
Sure.
great. But then for some weird reason, like I was obsessed with how I looked, and I had to get leaner. And I was functioning out really ill. A year later, I could tell. Bless my mother, my partner was so worried. Like I was like 3% body fat. I lost
Sheesh.
my testosterone was completely gone. I was getting blood checkups, but at the time, I was so in denial. I'm fine. And I'd wake up at 5 a.m. and I'd train harder, hour sessions, not really eating or fueling. I'd lost all my, like, no, hormonally completely gone. No, like, my partner was like, do you not find me attractive anymore? I was like, I don't know what's going on. No, I'm just, obviously my testosterone is gone. So I got really bad. And that was like hugely, well, I guess body dysmorphia, because I guess you don't really feel like you look good or you are
Yeah.
in where you're at, but you're blinded. I was so blinded and I was oblivious. My lips were always blue because I was freezing cold. Obviously, London weather doesn't help. But yeah, I got in a bad place. And I honestly, to this day, I don't know the turning point. I don't know what clicked to get me out of it. I would say like the rugby, the team sports, my mother, my partner, have always taught me to speak up and be kind and always speak your emotions. And that's probably why I stood out in the
Yeah.
rugby pitch, because a lot of guys I know struggle to speak up about their struggles and mental health. And, male suicide rates so unfortunately high because I guess they keep it all inside. For me, I'm so blessed that I speak up and I am like quite passionate about being
Yeah.
emotional in the
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
way. So I did like, I guess, show my struggles, and it turns out to show struggle is strength. And I just went back on that path of normality and realizing I wasn't well. But it was bad. Like I was basically starving myself to death, which is crazy. Like I was really not good. And then, yeah, just speaking up, getting help, and thinking, come on, Tommy, we're not going to do this anymore. You're going to probably have to eat more than air
Yeah.
and not sit on the exercise bike for 4 hours. And we got back to it.
But I mean, from then to now, you've literally completely rebuilt your relationship with fitness.
Yeah,
I would like to think.
100%.
And also like what we've also seen on social media and how you've also now, you train people now as well.
Yep.
You help them with their confidence, which is incredible. What was that journey like in rebuilding that relationship with fitness again?
Sure. Believe it or not, it was what sort of, I guess, put me back on the pathway was pushing myself harder. I'll explain. At the time where I was still quite in denial, I got a spot in the London Marathon,
Yeah.
and very competitive Tom wanted to do well, right? Can you run a marathon at 3% body fat with no fuel? No. So I was like,
That's probably the hardest way to find
right.
out.
So I'm like, I need to fucking eat again. Do you know what I mean? I need to start
Sheesh.
eating some carbs.
Yeah.
And I did. And during marathon prep, I was gaining weight and getting fitter and performing better. I was like, this is good. I was like, shit, why didn't anyone tell me that if you eat, then you can actually do cooler shit? And it's weird, isn't it?
And you feel so much better
And you
when
feel so
eat.
much better. So that's sort of the route that I then went on. And then before I know it, like doing marathons, running again, performing better, gaining weight again. So that was my little pursuit, I'd say, like the running aspect. And I guess also, yeah, like to your point, I have now built a coaching business where that's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Now I can help clients of any age, any ability. We've built an amazing team where our clients come on board, males, females. We've built an app where it's all fully bespoke to the individual. And individuals will come to us when they have struggles with mindset or confidence.
Yeah.
They want to use exercise as a release, or they have had struggles with maybe extreme weight loss or weight gain and stuff. And it's not about if you've gained weight, just stop eating. No, because that wouldn't have fixed me. Tom, eat loads of food now. Like, I'm terrified of eating. Like, it's a problem at the time. So actually, like, now I coach my clients in a sense of, and even if they're just training for a marathon or high rocks, fine. But again, like, clients that do have struggles, they want just support and reassurance and nurture. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
To realize they're not alone and they can be heard. And that's where our clients, they do incredible transformations. Not obviously the weight loss or weight gain that they want to achieve is amazing. We get great transformations, but it's actually the journey of empowerment for them, realizing they can change, they can find their best version. And that's really fulfilling.
Yeah.
And it's not always easy because, right, clients will come on board when they have struggles.
Yeah.
And you can't always achieve. Life isn't about having an idea and achieving it. So then obviously, you feel responsible, and it's not anyone's fault. It's just like, maybe it didn't work out that time. So, that's life, and it can be hard. But that's the little pursuit and what we now do.
That's incredible. I have so much respect for people who are like, okay, cool, I've gotten to a place where I need help. I need to do something. I want to be active, but I don't know what to do or where to start. And I think that's usually a lot of people's journeys who want a personal trainer or get some sort of help. They just never know where to start.
Sure.
And I think being able to have people who would help you to start somewhere is always incredible to have.
Yeah.
I've been just on the fortunate side of, like, because I played sport my whole life, it's easier for me to kind of just start sometimes. But for people who haven't, it's incredible to have people like you to have them or to help them start somewhere and to help build their confidence. Be like,
yeah,
get it.
I always say the body follows what the mind allows. So people think that if they're out of shape and they want to get in shape, that if I just get a personal trainer and see them for an hour, it's going to work.
Yeah.
Or if I get a gym membership, it's going to work. It's not really, in the nicest way. I mean, it's great. You've got the right intentions. But going back to the body follows what the mind allows, you've got to get your mindset in the right place. You've got to build that confidence, your why, your purpose. What is your goal? Who are you?
Because you can reach your body goal, but then what?
Is it sustainable? Is it a habit? Is it enjoyable? And there's so many ways to do it. And that's what we want to teach our clients as well. They think that they have to join a gym where they lack confidence. No, you don't. And that's where we can tailor it to the individual, to what they want to achieve, but how they want to achieve it so it's sustainable. A lot of clients have kids, single parents, no finance, so they can't join a gym and just go when they're like, fine, well, let's find a way. Because we can't just say that if you can't go to the gym, you can't get in shape. And then what, you just don't bother ever? You're here once, so let's find a way,
I agree. I absolutely agree. So how did you find your way into running? So we've chatted about like rugby and your rugby career, and then coming out of that and kind of just going on an adventure of finding yourself and finding and redefining or rebuilding fitness for yourself. You eventually got into the running space. How did that all transition into that?
Sure. So, well, it was actually, like I say, signing up to a marathon and then rebuilding my health, I guess, fueling.
Yeah.
That then I guess honestly, like my platforms on social media, whenever I did content, it was always with running. I found I was like in a safe place. Filming content can be hard, but as soon as I'm running, it releases my mindset.
Oh, what a great sport.
And I meet people and I connect, and the community and the culture, and like through it's made content easier. It's like if you're working in an office job, if you don't like any of your colleagues, you're not really going to be empowered, or you're not really going to want to turn up or even go to the office. Whereas content can be hard, and it's like, do I want to go to the office today? You can do content as an example. But if your office is, you're on a run and you're meeting other people and doing tough things, and, there's that community element and you're all in it together, and it makes the content nicer and easier. And that's where I feel like for me, it aligned beautifully, i.e. content was great. I was hopefully spreading a good word and brands, and it was all through running. So I think like that's where seamlessly I found running as a way to help my health, which it did and get me back, weird enough. But then also, for my content as well, and the people I meet and the connections I've had has sort of like led me to what I do now.
I really enjoy running because I feel like, even though I come from a team background, I feel like running has also brought so many people together.
100.
And that's the power of sport in general. It always brings people together.
Yeah.
And I've really found like good and true community through the running community here in Cape Town, which has honestly been so incredible. When I moved to Cape Town 12 years ago, I really struggled to make friends. It took me about 2 years to make friends. And back then there was no running community. There were a few people running here and there, but like I was never into that. And when I had gained all the weight, the only thing I knew what to do was to start running. And the more I ran, obviously, the more the weight came off. But then at some point, I found community, which made the journey so much more fun.
Sure.
And I forgot about the whole losing weight thing, and just really did it because one, mentally, it was great. It was it was bigger, it became bigger than me,
100.
which was great because I was just like, this is incredible. I got to be completely me. It gave me a safe space and a lot of healing happened in that.
Yeah.
And I honestly owe running so much.
Yeah.
And I think for me, having this podcast is one way to give back to the sport.
When you've said all that, and that's so inspiring as well, I don't know many things that can tick that many positive boxes that fill our cup.
Yeah.
Community, healing, mindset, health, fitness, exploring, connections,
Yeah.
And that's why it's really cool.
Yeah, it's been incredible.
Yeah.
Yes, I've gone through a burnout period and I didn't run, but that was also all about figuring out what I wanted out of it.
Sure.
And I think also when you run because there's a certain expectation, and also when you sometimes get met with like, oh, like the super competitiveness of running. And I've never been a competitive runner. I've always been like a comfort runner, is what I call myself. I'm just there for the comfort and the enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got into the headspace of like the competitiveness, it really took a lot away from the enjoyment of running.
Yeah.
So it burnt me out. But when I stepped away and stepped back into it again, I finally remembered this is why I do it, and rejoining my community and like really enjoying it. So for me, it's been such an incredible sport. And I love hearing about other people's journeys and what running has done for them,
Mm-hmm.
and how, in hopes that this would inspire the next person to start running, because I would love for them to experience the same thing that I've experienced,
Yeah.
if not better.
100%.
And I think that's also what makes us incredible people.
You are incredible. And like, I think that's massively it. And there's no blueprint to running. I hear a lot, I'm not a runner. Well, what is a runner? And it's for me and anyone listening as well, and your story is so empowering, and to let people know it can be so inclusive. I did the London Marathon at the end of it, and I don't know how I came up with it, but they asked me how it was because I had a spinal injury at the time, still do, and I wasn't chasing a time, I was chasing a feeling.
Sure.
And for me, that was like, that little clip actually went viral because I think it helped a lot of people. And my message is essentially like,
goosebumps.
as soon as I stopped being that competitive Tom, when I had to go on a run to hit a certain number and hit a certain time and keep going, it was always so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And I kept losing all that weight and I was stressing myself out so much. And it was like, I was putting myself just in a hole. So now my mindset, and to anyone, is balance over burnout. And if you're on your running journey and you think you're doing something wrong because you have had burnout, or you've got runner's knee, or you're now injured and you're gaining a bit of weight and you can't run at the moment, and you're not running a 5K like you used to, or you can't run a 10K as quick as the girls or guys in your group, own it. And it's so good. And I think there's such strength in adversity and having setbacks, and I haven't touched on it and I won't go on about it too much, but I've been struggling myself. Like, I've always been that person to be able to perform and train and be competitive. And in the least arrogant way, I'd like to think I'm quite good. Two things with that: I struggle before every run to start. So you're not the only one if you go for a run and you actually think, my head's not there today, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, with my spinal injury, I've had over a year pretty much off running. Like, my specialist, I got an MRI scan, 2 bulging discs in my back, pars fracture in my spine, so I might need to have an operation. But I think that sort of teaches you that I don't know if I'd change it for the world, because it's allowed me to slow down and be so much more present. And Tom, you're not waking up hungover after 25 Aperol spritz and doing a half marathon to
Sheesh.
burn it off. No, like
Yeah.
just be sensible and chill out a bit and go for a 5K little jog. And if your body's not listening to yourself today, it's okay just to rest,
Yeah.
and it's like that's what running is. So to someone that can't run a 5K yet, or they're figuring out you're not a runner,
Yeah.
it's you're on your pursuit, and we all are.
Yeah.
Like I probably look like that guy that can just run on social media. Nah, I've got a bloody dodgy spine, So yeah, that's the pursuit.
I think for me, one of my favorite moments of what you shared on social media is when you're running the marathon and you found your mom and you gave her a hug. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's honestly such an incredible moment. And it's a moment that you always remember and cherish. Because I remember when I ran my first marathon, my parents came to watch and my dad found me in the crowd, and there's a clip of him running with me, just like a short little distance. And that is forever embedded
How
in my
special.
head. And like I have a clip of it, I get to watch it back. And for months I didn't put it on social media because I was like, this is for me.
Yeah.
And it was so nice to keep watching back. I've shared it now online, but I love those moments of you. A marathon's not easy.
Oh,
It's actually,
You learn
and
a
we
lot
shouldn't
about it.
normalize that distance and be like, oh, it's just
a
a marathon.
beast. It's a beast.
It's a lot. And also you mentally go through a lot. And when you see your family and people who've been with you on this journey, it's just such a special moment
like a
to
safe
see
place.
their face. And it's always the perfect timing, right?
100%.
It's when you need it the most.
It's like you say, like I think that in London, when it's marathon day, it makes you realize that like humanity is good. Like everyone is
Yeah.
just so complimentary and their passion and togetherness, and there are struggles. But I think on that specific day when everyone's doing hard shit, whether you're in the crowd supporting,
Yeah.
whether you're running, it's like it's a really good place.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That reminds me of that clip though when I ran past Mum. I don't know if it was meant to be. That video that you saw.
It was meant to be. It was
That
great.
was
Because you
so-
ran past
Do you
and
know
then you
what?
saw her.
So that was like kilometer 30, right?
That's when you needed the
Right.
most.
Number one, I did not have a clue where she was. Meaning, how did I see her? On marathon day, the crowds are crazy. So I thought I'm not going to see Mum at all. So number one, the fact that I even saw her like just fills my cup and gives me tingles because she's my best
I
friend.
get goosebumps right now.
But then, do you want to hear the weirdest thing and why anyone saw that clip? A complete randomer from across the road that videoed that clip sent it to me on TikTok saying, Tom, by the way,
No
you might want to see
way.
this. How did how did that happen? I didn't know where Mum was. I was praying the whole race I might see Mum. Number two, when I saw her, I hugged her, and that was the most special part of the race and did wonders for me. And it's a moment I'll cherish like yours was with your father. But the fact that an individual on a beautiful camera filmed that moment and I posted it, it went crazy. That's why I feel like it was so random. I know it's only a video, but
That's
it was very special.
But like you get to keep those
Yeah,
moments.
yeah.
Now. Like it's just like, oh, I get to relive this over and
Yeah,
over.
and it's special. So if anyone listening, they get an opportunity to do a marathon, do it.
Oh man, would you say like that was one of your favorite moments of that marathon?
Yes. Actually, that was when I didn't realise, but I had an awful spine. That was before I did the MRI. So at the time I had the bulging discs, and when you have a bad spine, you get bad hamstrings because of the nerve roots.
Oh wow.
So I thought I'd tore my hamstring, truly. So I wasn't meant to run the marathon.
I remember that.
Turned up anyway and thought, being Tom, Mum said, don't
But
run the
didn't
marathon.
you still get a PB in that marathon?
Yeah, I did it randomly 2:59. Yeah, which is crazy. And again, it's not that time. It's not. But I'm glad that I ran round with half a leg. And then afterwards, they're like, Tom, by the way, your spine's bad. You're not to run anymore. I was like, right, fair enough. At least I can retire.
Did a good time. I'm
Yeah,
good to go.
I'm out. And I saw Mum. So there we go.
Sure, that's incredible. In terms of like, you obviously are really good in setting goals for yourself and you're quite intentional with that.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get, or how can I phrase this question?
That's okay.
How did you set goals when your body felt unfamiliar?
Sure. Again, it goes back to like really figuring it out and navigating it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have it figured out. Setting goals, like I think the overriding thing was, Tom, you need to chill out a little bit. But even me chilling out, like, I'll be honest with you, as an individual, I still have to train every day for my head. Like I do, like it's such a therapy for me. And like, that's probably the thing. Like, oh, well, Tom, just stop training for a bit. Have some time off. Have some anti-inflammatories. You'll be good to go. I can't. So I'm probably sometimes my own worst enemy. But at the same time, like, I need my sanity. So like, setting goals, it's massively just being kind to myself. It's about being more realistic. It's about, and like, life is so much better for me now. Like, I will actually go for a lovely dinner with my family and enjoy a good meal and not feel like a weirdo and not order anything. And make up a story of why I didn't want to eat. Like, I was so restrictive. So like, for me, it's like setting goals is like, be present, you know, live, you know, it's okay to chill out. And just like human goals, not, you know, I want to be there at a certain time. I think life has a beautiful path, and don't forcing too many things. Be intentional with it, but let life have its way and push it where you should, but then also don't put too much pressure on yourself to nail a goal.
Is that something that you also carry into your online coaching with your clients?
100%. I think setting goals, they have to be realistic. What is it? Smart goals, isn't it? They've got to be specific. I'm going to put me on the spot now. Measurable, achievable, relatable, and time.
Achievable is really, that's a good one, because so like sometimes we set unrealistic goals of what we want. We see something on social media, we're like, that's what I want. And 100. It's just like, but realistically, can you get there? And also health-wise, like doing things the healthy way.
100.
I think sometimes we always want to, I mean, no offense to the Ozempic people out there, you can do whatever you want. 100. But like, it's just like, sometimes the shortcut is not always the best thing for your body.
No, I mean, for me, I love adversity in a weird way. At the time, it's shit. You learned a lot. You figure it out. Like, for me, I know everyone has different stories, and I'm all for that. I want to go through the tougher route always. I do.
Same.
You know, my little saying is, a smooth sea didn't make a skillful sailor.
Sure. That's a good one.
There you go.
That's a real goodie. No, again, like, no, there's no negative hate or anything towards people who use Ozempic, but I think for me, I'm the same. I would rather go the harder route, knowing that I've been able to achieve this because I worked really hard for it.
Sure.
I personally am not a good eater. I tend to skip meals because I wake up and I'm always on the go. So I always, on average, have like one meal a day.
Really?
Because there's just so much on the go. And you forget to eat.
Fucking great eater. I love food.
Oh,
too much.
Give tips. Oh my gosh. Please share tips. When I moved to my new place, I told myself, okay, cool. It's a new month. It's a new place. I'm going to learn how to eat at least 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
It's been really hard.
Really?
Because I'm not used to it. But it's honestly been so good because I feel a lot better.
Good.
I can do a lot more.
Yeah.
It's hard though, because sometimes you'll still be full and it's just like, you kind of have to eat and keep going. But I must say, I do feel a lot better.
100. What's your go-to brekkie?
Now I've kind of gotten into, I used to hate Weet-Bix growing up. I don't know if you know Weet-Bix.
Oh, I do.
Growing up, I used to really hate it, but I really loved oats. So overnight oats has always been my go-to with some like plain yogurt and some like berries on it. But now I've gotten to a point where I've eaten too much of it. So now I've taken the Weet-Bix route and I've been loving it.
Good. I think
which is wild. My mom would be like, what the heck?
Variation is the spice of life. I've always said, I do not understand people that can't eat. I mean, I look in a restaurant and people haven't finished their meal. I'm like, I generally like, can I eat it? I eat everything and so much. Like I always train fasted. I mean, if I'm doing a really big session, I'll fuel up, obviously, because I've learned the hard way. You need to eat, Tom, straight to the quads. But no, like I normally train fasted. I just prefer it. But afterwards, I will eat. And that's my excitement to finish the session. Like, I love breakfast. Like, I have eggs or poached eggs on toast, and then like the best bowl of fruit with berries and PB. Do you not like that? My relationship with food
is growing. Look, food really excites me as well. And I love like the idea of like just eating everything and anything.
What's your death row meal? Yeah, such a hard question. That's so rude of me.
What's yours?
Probably I get a bit greedy now, but I'd say an awesome wood-fired pizza with a massive gourmet burger and sweet potato fries.
Sure.
Like a big old juicy
That's a
burger.
nice naughty meal.
Yeah, like
Yo.
friggin' oath. I love that. But honestly as well, like I love, you know the little place down the way, Giovanni's?
Oh my gosh.
Like I love healthy, like grilled chicken, you know, roasted butternut, roasted brock. And people are like, oh, why are you just choosing the health route? Tom, you've got issues again. No, I don't. I just friggin' love a good old butternut.
Do you know, I was a kid growing up who loved vegetables.
Yeah.
Which is odd because every kid
And then
was
you death
like...
row meal. We're like, should we pop to Giovanni's for a
Sure, why
salad?
But I was the one kid that loved broccoli, that loved like cauliflower and like all those weird veggies, except for string beans. That was the one thing that was just, I struggled to.
Yeah.
But everything else I loved. And when people used to tell me like, oh, I don't like this, I don't eat greens, I don't eat, I'm like, that's weird. I love that shit.
Yeah, same.
Or maybe because my mom made it so well that I just really loved it. So even till now, I could literally just sit and eat just like an entire dish of just good veggies.
What is your actual death row meal though?
It's probably something with vegetables in it.
Really?
My mom used to make like the best like cauliflower, like baked cauliflower kind
Cheese?
of vibe. Yeah, with cheese.
That's
with
so
like
good.
a bechamel sauce and like...
Yeah, okay, I'm like that.
Or like a nice potato bake.
100. Yeah, that's nice. I forgot to mention before I'm on death row. Can I add in a rotisserie chicken as well, please?
Specifically, it has to be a Woolies rotisserie chicken.
Are they good?
Oh my goodness. You have to try it.
All right.
Woolies rotisserie chicken is the best chicken that you can get.
I am the weirdo that can just gnaw at a whole chicken with loads of ketchup. I friggin' love it.
Have I done that before? Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, so
Just to make up for every other meal
yeah, that's
that
fine.
I haven't made in the day.
So that's pretty much like half of Barry the chicken is going to be your breakfast.
Oh, Barry
Quarter
the
can be the
chicken.
lunch snack, and the other half is dinner. You're basically eating your 3 a day in one. Some people do that though, right? They fast and they just smash it all in one meal.
That's what I used to call it, fasting.
Yeah,
But that was just an unhealthy version of it.
yeah.
But I'm working my way to having a good relationship with food. I think as someone who's quite active, I need to. And
Yeah.
I think people in general need to.
Sure.
Instead of trying to... I know a lot of people who go the unhealthy route of like, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm not going to eat, starve yourself kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I think a good meal actually it goes a long way.
Of course, and then you don't snack as much because you're fueled up.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest snacker
Well, that's
ever.
the thing. And people say, I don't eat much, and they skip meals, which is fine. Again, like I'm all for it because I'm sort of the same. We all do it. But they say, I don't eat much. Then you look at what they snacked on all day, and it's like, well, that is equivalent to breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
I also don't have a sweet tooth.
I do.
Very much savory. So I snack a lot on like chips.
What
Like crisps.
do you, chips or crisps? What you do? We call them chips or fries,
Yeah.
and then
yeah.
crisps are
Like simple-
potatoes, like carb.
Oh.
So chips, potatoes.
Well, that's 3 completely different things. Well, I mean, we call chips like Lay's, some
Yeah,
chips.
those. Yeah,
Yeah,
So we call them
yeah.
crisps.
Oh.
But I know what you mean. I do know what you mean.
Language barrier.
Yeah, literally.
So I snack a lot on that. That's literally my favorite.
They're good.
And like salami sticks.
Really?
Which is great.
Yeah, they're good. Like
And
you have lots of
biltong.
biltong here, don't you? Yeah. We don't do too. Well, I think we do in biltong, but it's not as big over as in the UK. Yeah, biltong's pretty good. Red meat, you're good at it over here. I don't eat too much red meat.
Maybe take some when you
Yeah, I'll take some back.
get some good biltong, good South African biltong.
I went to a place called Fat Butcher for a steak. I ate a half kilo steak.
Oh.
Just generally, I was friggin' mooing out the restaurant. Yeah, it was a whopper.
Where'd you guys go?
Stellenbosch, Fat Butcher.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I felt fat
At
afterwards.
least you got your protein intake in
Yeah,
for the
exactly.
day and you're good to go.
Exactly that.
So just to kind of like in closing, just to kind of wrap everything up, I want to know what's next for you.
What is next? I think actually going through highs and lows and the extreme personality that I am, what's next? I actually really am doing my best to find peace at, I'm doing okay. What's next? I've always been like that ambitious go-getter mindset, and I always sort of will be, because self-employed, you know what it's like. You've got to always be innovative and create and be ambitious.
Yeah.
So part of me absolutely is obsessed with that drive and push and growing. But at the same time, like, I think being 30 now, even though I'm still relatively young, I think where I'm at
We are
now,
young.
I've got the right values to think like sometimes less is more, and just being a lot
Yeah.
more present, and especially coming to Cape Town and the run clubs and the community, it's like just good people around me and stuff like that. And you have to be so fucking selfish when you're a business owner. You do.
Yeah.
You got to be so ruthless to build it and turn up and be obsessed, and then obsessed with training and turning up, and you have to work really hard. You have
Yeah.
to work hard to not work hard. And I've worked really hard, and I'm proud of it. And I always will have that value because it's been integrated in me, and I'll never change. But I think what's next for me is just to continue the version of Tom that is finding peace at slowing down and choosing that balance over burnout, and staying healthy. And
Yeah.
health is wealth, and appreciating that. And yeah, just trying to do the best I can each day. I'm blessed. I love life, so I don't want too much to change, truly.
What would you say? What is success to you now? What does that look like for you now? If you had to look back to like your rugby career, to like you kind of going through the whole transformation to where you are now, what would you say success is to you?
Success to me is, I think, not having it at all figured out. And none of us really do because we don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
But just being so passionate to keep going and trying all of the avenues that I did with nothing to show. And like 99% of the time trying something and it not working, and having
Yeah.
all these ideas and it not working. But then for that one moment, which truly has changed my life and now how I live, of going for it and speaking up and trying that video and posting that video, like I say, all failed really,
Yeah.
to now. And my motto is, if you never stop, you can never fail. So like, to me, what is success? I think to just be doing something that I love in a industry that I love, and finding peace with like just having enough, you know, with the right people. So that's probably like a long-winded answer, but just giving myself the reassurance that I'm enough,
Yeah.
you know? And
You are enough.
yeah. So I think that's success. And if you can have that and know that you are enough, not about chasing for more or having more, making more money, this, that, the other.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's incredible. And what would younger Tom think of this version of Tom today?
Good question. Well, he would look up at Tommy and go, "Shit the bed, you are still so irritating." He would say, "Well done for keeping going." And also, I'm so average at so many things. I'm not like, I was never that kid at school that would always win that race. I've always been so average. So that's where like little Tom would probably say, "You're enough," because it works out. Because I live like my best life now. I do, with its struggles and great cloud moments. But he'd probably say like, "Well done for just owning yourself," you know?
But you're not average though.
No, but it's okay to be average. And I think like, I feel like, to me inside, like I'm really content with that and fulfilled. And it's like, you don't have to be the best or earn the most.
Yeah.
Because I think as a little kid, when you are driven and you're one of six, which I am, like you want to do more, be faster, push, and it's great. And you need that competitive edge to achieve success. But then now it's like, little Tom would probably look up at Tom now and go, "Fair play." Do you know what I mean? Don't know how you've done it, but well done. Like,
Yeah.
so that's probably what he'd say. And he'd probably say, "Why didn't you eat more fucking food at the time when I
Damn, I
was
should have
ill?"
had more
Yeah,
steaks and
should
all
have
these
eaten more
nice
Fat
things.
Butcher. So yeah.
What's your last, like your closing message to people who are on a journey and are struggling, or they're trying to get somewhere? Like, well, is there a word of encouragement that you'll give to those people?
Yeah, I just think to let you know, there's so many people you haven't met yet. There's so many places, opportunities. And each morning when you wake up, you are an outcome of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Each morning that you wake up, I always see myself when I was in tougher times.
Yeah.
And I still face them. I feel like life is honestly millions of doors.
Yeah.
And all of those doors are opportunities. And you've got to keep opening them.
Yeah.
Some doors might not be the right ones, and you might walk in and go, "I don't belong here." Fine, walk back out.
Yeah.
But just always keep opening the doors, always keep trying. always keep knowing that those doors will be there. And if you don't stop opening or you don't stop trying, you can't fail. And that right door will open and it can change everything in a heartbeat. So yeah, be present, be proud, love your flaws and know that you're enough. And yeah, look out world, here I come.
That's so beautiful. That's honestly so encouraging. And I've honestly really enjoyed watching your journey from, you know, kind of when I found you on social media up until now. It's been incredible. It's been really inspiring. And I know a lot of people are inspired by that too. And I know that they'll be inspired by this too as well.
Well, bless you. And well done to you for doing this. I think it's amazing. And your energy and how you speak and what you do, and like, you know, this isn't a fluke. This is down to your persistence. And again, you'll be able to, there's nothing to show for it fully. You're doing amazing things, right? But no doubt you've got big dreams and big ambitions and what's to come in the new year.
Yeah,
I'm excited for you.
2026.
Let's go. But it's a vision, right? It's an idea.
Yeah.
And you've got to be so passionate and think.
Absolutely.
So be proud of yourself as well for
Thank you.
being relentlessly ambitious.
Thank you. And thank you so much for being on the Running Podcast. I'm so excited for people to hear this.
Let's go. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yay.